Welcome back to another episode of Grizzly Books True Crime. My name is Gisela K. Bet you didn't recognize me without my glasses on. Wore that for 36 years. This was my face. For 36 years, no glasses. I always wanted glasses, which might sound weird, but I'm nerdy like that. And finally, in my 37th year of life, they gave me glasses. I'm like, yes! So today we're going to be looking at Melon Boy, of course, and the crap he wrote there, and how that ties into the book that he was reading, Annihilation, which, yes, I bought the book, as well as Lullaby. I'm not the fastest reader. I don't have the attention span to just sit and read books. I sure have it to make videos. That's fine. I can do that. That's very exciting. Love doing that and researching things. But anyway, I am reading it slowly but surely. I'll give you updates as I go along on what I find, that and Lullaby. But for now, let's get started on analyzing this. And I'm back with you. You will know about this post, Melon Boy, his last post. Can you see it nicely? Also, yeah, there's been an update on the subs. We got 29,063 Grizzlies in the house. Oh my goodness. If you are not yet a Grizzly, well done. You're part of the 80%, huh? Who has not subscribed. So if you want to become an OG, an original Grizzly, all you got to do is, for free, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and you get between 7 and 15. That seems to be the average rate. Videos every week for free. Huh? It's a no-brainer. Okay, so Melon Boy, bizarre design. He wrote here, humans are primates. I wish I could do it in that accent, like humans are primates. Great apes, in fact. Humans are primates, great apes, in fact. But I don't know all how great we are as a species. Or as a family. Okay, chimpanzees share 98.8% of their DNA with humans. He didn't spell there correctly. Brian, it's T-H-E-I-R. Okay, our closest living relative. Shame. I don't think chimpanzees want you to draw conclusions here, okay? Leave the chimpanzees alone. And then he said, but as I see it, every living creature is in some way our relative. No comma, no nothing, just even trees. You're related to trees now. Only 800 million years ago. So for him, a month ago, since he was home, only a month ago. Only 800 million years ago, animal cells started appearing on Earth, comprised of mainly the same parts and following the same functions as plant cells. Yes, I'm very clever. Requiring oxygen, solar energy, minerals, nutrients, and water. This tree, Juniperus osteosperma, micromelon sperma, sorry, I'm not insulting the tree, I'm insulting him, was surviving in only inches, micromelon, of soil. Sorry. In an you can feel my little bit of rage coming out there, hey? In an area of extreme heat and drought. I think our culture, our society, has put itself above all living creatures. No, I think you have, bro. Okay, anyway, above all living living creatures. Don't worry, we're getting to the point of annihilation. I know we've gone through this before. Just bear with me, okay? Okay. Creating needs to purely support destructive economic practices. This tree doesn't require an Apple Watch. It doesn't stream its favorite shows or have a microwave oven, pay health insurance or drink grand iced caramel macchiatos. It's just a tree, but you rarely... Okay, this sentence. It's just a tree. And then let's just throw in geese on jet skis. It's just a tree. But you rarely see geese riding jet skis or wearing designer clothing either. I think if we all want breathable air and drinkable water, we all need to learn how to live with less. We sure can live without you, Brian. Sure can. It's just this post. But now, if we go to Annihilation. Are we ready? Are we ready? I'm going to whip it out here on my Kindle. I'm just going to share a small portion of it because you're not allowed to just read the whole damn book on here. Otherwise, I would do that for you guys. I'm that crazy. I'd be like, let's read the whole book. Annihilation. Wait, what page am I on? Damn it, I'm losing my spot. So, okay. So, initiation, integration, immolation, immersion, and dissolution. It goes, this is how it starts, right? The tower, which was not supposed to be there, plunges into the earth in a place just before the black pine forest begins to give way to swamp, and then the reeds and wind-gnarled trees of the marsh flats. Beyond the marsh flats and the natural canals lies the ocean, and a little farther down the coast, a derelict lighthouse. Interesting how Area X also has a derelict lighthouse, as in the real Area X. Okay. All of this part of the country has been abandoned for decades for reasons that are not easy to relate. Our expedition was the first to enter Area X for more than 2 years, and much of our predecessors' equipment had rusted, their tents and sheds little more than husks. Looking out over that untroubled landscape, I do not believe any of us could yet see the threat. Why am I reading it like that? Because that's what he's trying to do there, mimic this kind of freaking language. There were 4 of us, a biologist, an anthropologist, a surveyor, and a psychologist. I was the biologist. No plastic bottles for me. All of us were women this time. So shout out to all of you all saying that this guy wanted to be a lady. That's interesting. I've seen you. I see your emails. Okay, with proof. Okay. All of us were women this time, chosen as part of the complex set of variables that governed sending the expeditions. The psychologist, who was older than the rest of us, Mama, served as the expedition's leader. She had put us all under hypnosis to cross the border to make sure we remained calm. It took 4 days of hard hiking after crossing the border to reach the coast. Our mission was simple, to continue the government's investigation into the mysteries of Area X, slowly working our way out from base camp. The expedition could last days, months, or even years, depending on various stimuli and conditions. Bro, is that what's happening with you? It's going to last days, months, or even years? It's already been months, over a month. What are you saying, bro? We had supplies with us for 6 months. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. I know this is a book, and that's Mellaboy, but think about it. Let's think about how he thinks, because he carried these books with him on the van life. We had supplies with us for 6 months, and another 2 years worth of supplies had already been stored at the base camp. I'm sure it was. Okay. We had also been assured that it was safe to live off the land if necessary. All of our foodstuffs were smoked or canned or in packets. Our most outlandish equipment consisted of a measuring device that had been issued to each of us, which hung from a strap on our belts. A small rectangle of black metal with a glass-covered hole in the middle. Blah, blah, blah. They go on about that. Now, they go this, right? Hold on. The members of the last expedition had eventually drifted off from Area X one by one. Over time, they had returned to their families, so strictly speaking, they did not vanish. They simply disappeared from Area X and by unknown means reappeared back in the world beyond the border. They could not relate the specifics of that journey. This transference had taken place across a period of 18 months. Oh, and it was not something that had been experienced by prior expeditions. But other phenomena could also result in premature dissolution of expeditions, as our superiors put it, so we needed to test our stamina for that place. Right. We also needed to acclimate ourselves to the environment. Acclimate ourselves to the environment. In the forest near Base Camp 1. Are we talking about the Colton Reserve? Is that in his mind Base Camp 1? Wait for it. In the forest near Base Camp 1, in the forest near Base Camp, one might encounter black bears or coyotes. So it's not Base Camp 1, but he called it Base Camp. Black bears or coyotes. You might hear a sudden croak and watch a night heron startle from a tree branch and, distracted, step on a venomous snake, of which there were at least 6 varieties. Bogs and streams hid huge aquatic reptiles, and so we were careful not to wade too deep to collect our water samples. Still, these aspects of the ecosystem did not really concern any of us. Other elements had the ability to unsettle, however. Long ago, towns had existed here, and we encountered eerie signs of human habitation. Rotting cabins with sunken, red-tinged roofs, rusted wagon wheel spokes half buried in the dirt, and the barely seen outlines of what used to be enclosures for livestock, now mere ornament for layers of pine needle loam. Why do I say that? If Melon Boy is a fantasizer, and he wants to live out this fantasy of his, as grim as it all could be, which is just intermingling all these books, the serial killer stuff, the swamp of his mind. Then I just like read these first few pages and I'm like, this sounds like Carlton Reserve. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to go there, you know, hang out there for a bit, of which there are homeless people living in there. I don't know if they were evacuated or not. Some people drop off food supplies there. Thank you to whoever told me that on email. So this, what he's describing, is interesting, right? He says the beauty of it cannot be understood either, and when you see beauty in desolation, it changes something inside you. Desolation tries to colonize you. Okay. And then, as noted, we found the tower in a place just before the forest became waterlogged and then turned to salt marsh. Right? Now, there's another thing. I'm going to move on a few pages because there's something else that I had highlighted here. It says, the air was so fresh it buffeted the lungs and we strained to breathe for a few seconds, mostly from surprise. Then, after marking our location with a piece of red cloth tied to a tree, we began to walk forward into the unknown. Now, I know that the pink plastic on the place where the log was, near where Gabby Petito's remains were found, was probably placed there by the campgrounds themselves. It usually would mark a camping spot. But can you imagine if this bro tied that on there? Right. He also said, I understood why no one lived in the Area X now, that it was pristine because of that reason, but I kept unremembering it. I had decided instead to make believe that it was simply a protected wildlife refuge, and we were hikers who happened to be scientists. This made sense on another level. We did not know what happened there, what was still happening here, and any preformed theories would affect my analysis of the evidence as we encountered it. Besides, for my part, it hardly mattered what lies I told myself, because my existence back in the world had become at least as empty as Area X. With nothing left to anchor me, I needed to be here. As for the others, I don't know what they told themselves, and I didn't want to know, but I believe they all at least pretended to some level of curiosity. Curiosity could be a powerful distraction. Okay. Just want to see if I highlighted anything else. I think that's it. So, again, if you look at that, interesting. And then if we go here, which was this nonsense. After leaving Colorado and getting stuck in a dust storm, we camped in Zion for 3 nights, watching the lightning and listening to the thunder from our tent. It's really nice to go on a 100-degree hike every day and feel the cold coming at night, waiting for the rain. Also, everyone who walked by could not figure out how I climbed all these rocks. Who's walking by, bro? But Zion is proof that mankind can ruin anything, even in an effort to preserve it. Beautiful park, just with an unfortunate infestation of human beings, of which you are one. Does he not realize he's a human being? I'm sorry if I'm shouting at you today, but I'm like, right? It's a lot easier walking upriver holding someone's hand than walking alone. My goodness. Yes, yes. For the members, I made a little gif for you out of this picture. Ballerina boy. First time out to the Great Sand Dunes. I've never set foot in terrain like this, let alone surfed down hills of sand or tasted sand. I got to taste a lot of sand today. Oh, taste a lot of sand. Wow. Okay, we won't go through every Instagram post now, again. Right? Downsizing our life to fit into this itty-bitty van. It's not that itty-bitty. I saw a 2012, a Ford Transit outside yesterday. It was blue. It had curtains in the back. It freaked me the hell out because I'm like, that's exactly how their van was. It was like this. It's a Ford Transit. I was walking around it, inspecting it. What's going on over here? Are you living the van life? What's going on here? Like, okay, leave the neighbors alone, Gisela. Put your notepad down. Anyway, downsizing our life to fit into this itty-bitty van was the best decision we've ever made. With a limited space, we wanted to take advantage of every inch, while also keeping everything minimalist. Definitely felt inspired by a lot of other van lifers on at YouTube, okay? But we came up with a completely original layout. Dude, we saw the things that you pinned on your Pinterest. You literally did that. But okay, cool. Barely spent anything on the conversation. I think he means conversion. and couldn't be happier with the outcome. Van tour coming soon. Sacrificing space to wake up in nature every day has been no sacrifice at all. We saw your little boy's room, Brian. What do you mean? What space you had? So many activities, so much space, All right, cross-country road trip with Gabs Petito. Right. I never got around to posting these. I just died to watch all of our memories on repeat. Never loved anyone as much as this girl. This guy is scary. Now, is it map time? No, not yet. What I want to show you. Wait. A lot of things to show you. So just hold on 1 second, please. Now we're going to put me over here. Okay. And now I'm going to tell you the plot. The plot of, listen here, window. Work with me here. Okay. So, Annihilation is a 2014 novel by Jeff Vandermeer. It is the first in a series of 3 books called The Southern Reach Trilogy. The book describes a team of 4 women, a biologist, an anthropologist, and a psychologist and a surveyor, who set out into an area known as Area X. The area is abandoned and cut off from the rest of civilization. They are the 12th expedition. The previous expeditions have been fraught with disappearances. Hold on. The area is abandoned. Okay. Did you get that? Hold on. The previous expeditions have been fraught with disappearances, suicides, aggressive cancers, and mental trauma. Okay. Right. The novel won the 2014 Nebula Award for Best Novel and the 2014 Shirley Jackson Award for Best Novel. 1 second, please. Okay. So that is that. Now the background, right? The inspiration for Annihilation in the Southern Reach trilogy was a 14-mile hike through St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge in northwestern Florida. Many of the animals and vegetation that Vandermeer has seen on this hike over the past 17 years appears in the novel. He has said that someday he hopes to do a weird nature anthology as well. Okay, so there's a whole plot summary. Okay, I won't read you all of that right now. But Area X is based on a real area. Okay, so y'all know what time it is. It's map time. Now, I alluded to this in the last video that I made, but because that was such a long video, I didn't want you to miss out on this. So we're going to go to Google Earth. Okay, we're going to go to the Area X trailhead. We're going to put it on here for you. Woo, there we go, people. We're going for it. That's called Area X trailhead, but that is not. If you type in Area X trailhead, that is what you're going to find, and that is not what we're talking about here. Okay, you want me to make this bigger for you? Wait for it. Yeah, that's Area X trailhead, okay? That's not what we want. Okay, so Area X trailhead is that. Now, the reason I did that is because I wanted to see even that. Where is that in relation to everything? And scarily enough, there was where the van was found and Gabby's remains. Horrible. And Area X trailhead is actually on his way home. Sort of. It's a little north, but he would be going home, you know, back to Florida. Listen, map, could you maybe work with me? Thank you. You see that? This is Area X trailhead, and there is home. So you could go from the van this way. You could pass through that. But that's not what we're talking about. We are talking about area. No, wait. It's called St. Mark's. St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge in Florida. That, map brains, is Area X. This is Area X from the book Annihilation. Okay? That's what it looks like. Damn, bro, you're making us dizzy over here. Stop it, Google Earth. And this is the area that the book was based on. Now, let us look at this quickly. Nope, that's the wrong map. This one. Ooh, no, don't touch it. Wait, hold on, people. Let's make this smaller. Or better fitting. Okay, so this is now on Google Maps. So they started their journey at Blue Point in New York because they went to go to Gabby's brother's graduation. And they made their way, right, woo, driving to Kansas. That was one of the first posts from their trip from Instagram. I'm following that timeline, right? And then they went to the Great Sand Dunes National Park, okay, in July. Remember that? We looked at the timeline already, so go look at timeline videos if you want those exact days. But you can just see the journey, right? So they go from there to Kansas. They go to the Great Sand Dunes National Park, and then they end up in Zion National Park. There's the Delicate Arch. Interestingly enough, very close to this is something called the Cosmic Ashtray. And I was wondering if the Cosmic Desert sticker that was new and added on the van had anything to do with that. It could have, but it doesn't seem so. I think it's from an Etsy supplier, which is interesting. So anyway, they went there. The Cosmic Desert thing is somewhere there. Okay, Cosmic Ashtray, but they went to the Delicate Arch. We know all about this whole Moab incident and all of the stuff from the 12th, right? There's Moab. And then they went to the Spread Creek Dispersed Camp. Gabby was murdered there. We're yet to find out how and by who. And then if we look at his journey home, see, he goes back home to Wabasa Avenue. He would be passing past this Area X trailhead. He could have taken another route, slightly different, but I find it interesting that that Area X trailhead is also on his route home, seeing as he loves the book Annihilation. He loves the author and obviously the other author as well, Chuck Palahniuk. I just looked at that and I'm like, I was thinking, is it even on the route when I found the original Area X trailhead? So that is how he would have gone home. And we know he stopped at Casey's in Illinois, so interesting. And then he went home. Now, if we look here, this is home. More. This is where Sister Cassie lives. And then they went camping at Fort DeSoto, right here. See? So if they went from there to Fort DeSoto, and let's say they're on the water, wow, isn't that amazing how easily they could get, how he could get there? Whee! I don't know on what kind of boat or how much fuel you'll need for that. I don't know, but it's interesting. We can do another map. That's what I was doing here. I was doing the cosmic tray thing here, but if we go Fort DeSoto, yes, and we want to go to St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge. That is how close it is. It's I mean, it's 260 miles, so it's not like very, very, very close, but it's pretty close. I mean, you can drive there in 4.5 hours, 4 hours 39. 260 miles. Let's see how far you can cycle. Damn, it will take you 20 hours to cycle that. It's just interesting to think about that. This is Area X. This is what the book is based on. Okay, so I'm starting to think Fantasy Boy. I mean, he could be in Area X living his freaking 13th expedition or whatever the hell he wants to call it. Yes? It wouldn't be hard to get on a boat here. There might, obviously, there will be refuel stops and all that. What do you think? Let me know what you think. That is Area X now. What I want to do is, wait for it. I want to take this off quickly. And I want to say Area X Annihilation. Where is it? And it says it's the 68,000 acre St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge. And it inspired author Jeff Vandermeer to make it the location of the strange Area X in his 2014 novel Annihilation and recent film Annihilation. Where was Brian reading the book? In the hammock. That picture we know of him on his Instagram of the hammock. I think it's actually also in the van life video, right? Where does the movie Annihilation take place, right? They talk about Area X. The Southern Reach novels take place in a landscape that combines the marshes of Florida with the islands of Vancouver. There, decades ago, an inexplicable environment change occurred. What caused Area X? Area X was created by alien technology sent from a dying world, whose mission is to terraform other planets and ecosystems to somehow make them suitable for the dying species, or maybe manipulate things so the species will somehow be reborn or remanifested. Okay, right. I'm just speculating. This is all speculation in my opinion only, but I just think that Brian takes things quite literally. He absorbs things. That's just how I gather him. If you ever go to Florida, the sci-fi movie Annihilation is going to terrify you. The new movie Annihilation has already captured audience imaginations with its premise. An unknown environment has appeared on Earth, and nothing that's gone in has come back. A group of combat-ready women walk towards a rainbow slick wall, alien-looking as AI-generated imagery that marks its boundary. Once through, they find an eerie world where evolution seems to move at a faster pace, and boundaries of species, even of flora and fauna, no longer matter. Known as Area X, the most dangerous thing about the environment is its growing, threatening to consume everything as it expands. Appearing on US maps and prominently featuring landmarks and distinct ecology, is Area X based on a real place, right? Yes, it is. They say, yes, it is. Even from the trailer, they know it. They've seen it. I mean, there's this freaking lighthouse. I mean, imagine if he's living in the damn lighthouse. Oh, my word. Could we go check that lighthouse, people? Could we go check that lighthouse? There you go. Right. The lighthouse and the preserve are both open to the public for tours and walking, and while there aren't currently any reported mutations, the area is amazingly dense with natural wonders. See? Okay, anyone living there? Could you go knock on the lighthouse door, please? Don't harass anybody, but could you check that out? Now, this sticker, oh my word, I struggled a little bit to find it. But there it is, Desert Cosmic Sticker. Who's the designer or the creator? Hello, I wanted to click out of this. Astrophile Shop. I click on it. We go here. Red bubble. Astrophile Shop followers. I'm going back so that we can see. Wait. Hello, welcome to my shop. Enjoy. Joined September 2020. 293 designs. View the artist profile. That's what I did there just now. Okay, artist profile is right there. So let's go back. So we've got this going on, which we saw a bit in his Pinterest. Obviously, we've got Scream movie horror sticker. Wow. You can't see it. Hold on. Interesting. What's your favorite scary movie? Let's put the fun back in funeral. Cute as hell. We've got all these collections. Not a joke, just a fact. There's the Desert Cosmic sticker. So he must have ordered this. It's only $1.31. Ordered it and have it delivered to his house. To put that on the van. After Gabby was dead. It's weird. It's very, very weird. We are all going to die. See? Like, this is, let's go. Get in, loser. Nah, I'm not bashing this artist. I'm just like, If somebody got an Etsy account, I don't have one right now. I know I could just make one. But if you have one, please could you maybe do some internet sleuthing and ask them, hey, so did Brian Laundrie buy a sticker and where was it delivered to? Because that would be interesting. Pick flowers, not fights. I mean, I'm just saying, I know it's a wave, it's just a wave, I get it. But Gabby's tattoo on her arm was a wave. So I just thought I would show you this whole collection. That's how it looks. There's obviously more. You can't sit with us. This is also interesting based on the tattoos they got. It's just, I'm not trying to read into this artist too much. I'm just saying we've got to consider all possibilities, and what if it's him? How do we know? But yes, that is now, this is where the sticker's from. That is what we now know. Okay. That is where the sticker is from. Finally, we find it. Don't know when he would have ordered it, or when it was delivered, or what the hell, or if maybe they had a pack of stickers with them and he just decided to put them on the van to finish it. I also found it interesting, if I do look at this. If I look at this. Now this is a stretch by my imagination. It's a stretch. Are you ready for the stretch of imagination from the Gisela K? Here's the stretch. Okay, I'm going to just say something stupid. Hold on. I think it's under here. All I'm going to say is that these stickers, the pattern that they're in, slightly to me resemble the pattern of the root. That's all. It's a far stretch. I'm just saying. It looks like, let's just take, like, let's say blue point out. So if we were to do this, and they're starting there, and then going like this and back down, and then maybe to area X. Welcome to laugh at me. In this case, it's so crazy. We have to consider everything, especially with Brian. We can't figure this guy out. Like, it's just not normal. Everything that him and his family do are like, I'm just saying, if you look at the stickers, it makes like that shape. It makes like a shape, you know, sort of in the order they were put, but it's actually there, down, down, this way, you know, like that. And Venice was added, and this cosmic desert thing was added. I don't know what cosmic desert is signifying there for him, but it's like him being back home. And then up here is Venice. And if you want to look at where Venice is, it's right there. Home, Venice, and the sticker gets put on or something. I don't know. And then what? And then he's back home? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. This could be a stretch, as I said. But we got to think of everything. So that's it for now. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I didn't share too much, but I shared the plot of Annihilation, the book Annihilation that he was reading, what Area X actually is, where it is, that there's a lighthouse there, that it really is a bit of an abandoned area. It is a refuge. It's a nature area, wildlife preserve. Okay. So that is what we looked at. I just want to look at one more thing before I go. St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge. Okay. That's all I want to still look at. I just want to see what they say about it. St. Mark's National Wildlife Refuge is one of the oldest wildlife refuges in the United States. Established in 1931 as a wintering ground for migratory birds, it encompasses 68,000 acres spread between Wakulla, Jefferson, and Taylor counties in the state of Florida. 1255 Lighthouse Road, St. Mark's. It's got lots of different attractions to outdoor enthusiasts. The refuge is inhabited by black bear, bobcat, otter, raccoon, fox, coyote, amphibians, alligator, snakes, and many different species of birds, including wading birds, shorebirds, waterfowl, and raptors, right? So there's so much there. Public access to the refuge are located at Panacea Unit, Otter Lake. Okay, so Panacea Unit, Wakulla Unit, and St. Mark's Unit. So that's Lighthouse Road, main entrance in Newport. Okay. Let me know what you think. I'm just thinking, could they maybe search Area X? Because this boykie, as we say in South Africa, could take things quite literally. He could be in Area X because that's a fantasy book he had. And if he really is tied to any of these other murders, it would be meshing together all the books he read and just living out his fantasies. But we don't know that at this point. We don't know if he's 100%. We don't know if he's guilty at this point. We don't know what happened. We'll find out later. I'm going to be live streaming when they release the autopsy results for Gabby Petito. I hope it won't be too traumatic or graphic or anything like that, but we do want to know the information. So I hope they do release some information. It will be Dr. Brent Blue. I've done a whole video on him previously, so go check that out on the playlist. But that's it for now. I will be back later and just let this little seed be planted and let me know what you think about Area X and this book and how he literally tries to talk just like this author.